Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready to dive in.
Awesome. Well, today we're tackling something I know a lot of you are curious about, especially if you're thinking about an academic career in Australia. We're going to be looking at the salaries for some top university positions. Like how much do research professors make or department deans?
Oh, yeah, and even those vice chancellors, those are the big ones, right?
Right. They're like the CEOs of the university world. So we're going to dig into all that today, see what kind of numbers we're talking about.
Definitely. And it's important to remember we're just giving a general overview. Salaries can vary a lot, depending on the specific university, someone's experience, their field of study, all sorts of things.
Absolutely. It's never just one size fits all. But let's start with those research professors. What can folks expect to earn in Australia?
Okay, so research professors in Australia, they usually hold what's called a level E position. This is like the highest academic rank. It's the top of the mountain.
Makes
And
sense. So what does that top of the mountain salary look like?
Well, for level E, you're looking at a range roughly between $180,000 to $250,000 per year.
Wow. Okay, so hitting the books in the lab could really pay off.
Yeah, it definitely can. Of course, where you fall within that range depends on a bunch of things. Your experience, how much grant money you've brought in for research, your publication record, all of that plays a role.
Makes sense. So research professors are up there. What about department deans? What's their salary range like?
So deans, they're typically one step below at level D. Their salary range is a bit lower, but still pretty impressive. You're looking at somewhere between $160,000 and $230,000 annually.
Okay, so still a comfortable living then.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And remember, deans have a lot on their plate. Strategic planning, managing faculty, overseeing the department's budget, the whole shebang. So their compensation reflects that level of responsibility.
Right, it's not just teaching classes, it's running a whole department. Okay, so now for the big one. Vice chancellors. What kind of numbers are we talking about for them?
All right, this is where it gets really interesting. We're talking about base salaries that can easily go above $400,000 a year.
Whoa, over $400,000.
Yep, and that's just the base. On top of that, they often get performance bonuses, which, depending on how well the university does, can be pretty hefty.
Wow. Guess being the CEO of a university really does come with some serious perks.
It definitely does. It's a demanding job, no doubt, but the compensation reflects that.
Okay, so we've got a good picture of Australian academic salaries. But I'm curious, how do they compare to other places, like the US or the UK? Are Australian academics earning more, less, or about the same?
That's a great question. Honestly, it's hard to say definitively. It really depends on so many factors, the specific position, the field of study, even the exchange rate. But overall, I'd say Australian academic salaries are pretty competitive on a global scale,
Hmm.
especially for those higher level positions like professors and deans.
Interesting. So it's not like you're taking a huge pay cut by choosing to work in Australia.
Exactly. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that the cost of living can be higher in some parts of Australia compared to other countries. So it's not just about the raw salary number. You got to factor in the bigger picture.
Totally. It's all about finding the right balance. And honestly, it's not just about the money, is it? There's something really special about being an academic, contributing to research, teaching the next generation, just being surrounded by knowledge and ideas all the time.
Hmm.
Those are pretty valuable rewards in themselves.
Couldn't agree more. The intellectual satisfaction, that sense of purpose, those are huge factors that draw people to academia.
Absolutely. It's definitely a career path with a lot to offer, both financially and personally. And for anyone out there who's thinking about taking the plunge, whether it's in Australia or somewhere else, you know what I always recommend?
Academicjobs.com.
You got it. It's seriously the best resource for finding academic positions all over the world. If you're dreaming of becoming a professor, a researcher, even a vice chancellor someday, head over to academicjobs.com and see what's out there.
Totally. And it's not just for seasoned academics either. If you're just starting out, finishing your PhD, it's a great place to get a feel for the job market and see what opportunities are available.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So there you have it, folks, a little peek into the world of Australian academic salaries. And remember, for all your academic job searching needs, academicjobs.com is the place to be.
It's the perfect starting point for your academic journey.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing,
Happy researching!
and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.